The cutting-edge array of high-tech gadgets and game-changers in the world of pedal power. Now, Colin, I love every item we do on the show, well, absolutely. But sometimes items come along that I kind of go, oh yes,
I want.
And this is one of them. Right? Now let's start with this bike. This is a prototype bike, not in production.
Why do you think I do this job?
I know.
It's not based on what I want.
Tell us about it. What's so special about this?
This is what I call the beast. And don't you just want to take it for a ride? Essentially what it is a culmination of cutting-edge cycling technology. Now, this is purely experimental.
Right.
It doesn't actually exist yet outside of this machine here.
Okay.
It's actually a regular mountain bike, a high-end downhill mountain bike, with some cyborg-like modifications. So it's electrically powered. And this is, as I say, to show quite how far we've come and what the potential is for electric transport. For starters, this very discreet hub motor here is actually 1.5 kilowatt. It's capable of pushing this bike unassisted at up to 75 kilometres an hour.
That's fast on a bike.
Illegal, totally unregulated, totally experimental at this point.
Okay.
But to show what's possible.
Yeah. Who would the market be for a bike like this?
Well, I mean, this technology is brought to bear on other bicycles, possibly, you know, not necessarily going at that speed, although it could become a sport, obviously, so it could replace motocross with a more environmentally friendly, you know, ethos like this type of thing. You've also got this battery here, which is 52 volts, and that'll keep it going, not necessarily at 75 kilometres an hour, but at regular cycling speeds, this will push you up the hills and against the winter headwinds and up the Sugarloaf on a Sunday morning for about 150 kilometres.
Really?
So the kind of endurance and range that we now have in battery technology, mostly thanks, by the way, to drone batteries and smartphone batteries and the development for those devices.
Electric car batteries, I'm sure, as well.
Exactly,
as well,
yeah. So what we're seeing here, there's actually a small computer here to control and distribute that power, and then a control unit at the front end.
So that tells you what your speed and your...
Exactly, and cadence and what power you have left. So this is all about showing what's possible.
Okay.
Commuters.
Right. The art of the possible is what we're talking about there.
Exactly.
Let's move on to the helmet. Now, this is in production.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
I've been doing my research. This is some piece of kit and really well priced. Tell us what it does, first of all, and then we'll get to the price.
I kind of think nowadays, years ago, the helmet was an optional accessory as far as I was concerned. I hate to admit, but I think we've all had friends who've been injured and been incidents.
It's an absolute must for cycling, you know.
I think it's more important than having a saddle. You know, it's absolutely vital. Don't get on a bike for 30 seconds without a helmet. Now, helmets aren't terribly exciting until this little beauty came along. This has these array of lights built into the back. So, first of all, not terribly unusual, but makes it very, very bright and attractive. And, you know, obviously it keeps the attention of the motorist, so you're very visible on the road. But also you've got a controller built into the handlebars that allows you to control the indicators. So you can see here there's a left
with indicators
and right indicator. So instead of swinging your hand out and maybe taking the head off some pedestrian, you've got indicators here that are really, you can't really see them clearly under the lights, but they're super
really
bright and they're very, very easy to see. So you're making your intentions very clear to motorists behind you. You've also got a very clever feature here. You've got ambient directional speakers here. Now, a lot of cyclists will actually, and I think it's a bad idea, wearing headphones because your hearing is 360 degrees. It's one of the most important senses when you're cycling along. While listening to these, they don't go into your ear. They're ambient. So it's like listening to something
on the bone in your head.
Above your ears, So although it's not fantastic quality for music, it's great for podcasts and radio.
Or for taking a phone call.
Audiobooks. Or, thanks to this windproof microphone on the front, for taking a phone call.
Brilliant.
And an actuator button there so you can actually pick up your phone without fumbling in your pocket. They're about €160 or so.
So for the mammal in your life, right? For Christmas,
absolutely.
This is what to buy him.
You know, to hell with the Lycra. This also has a really cool feature called an SOS emergency. And what it does is it detects, it has shock sensors built in. If it falls, if you fall off your bike, hit your head hard, this will actually relay that message and your location to up to 5 of your nearest and dearest.
So it texts people for you.
So it actually texts that you've had an incident and where you are.
160 quid, well worth it. Now, the other gadget is
Where is it? It's on my head. Yeah.
Is the head-up display unit.
They're just my regular cycling glasses.
Okay.
The special thing here is from Garmin. See this thing at the front? And it's kind of inspired by, if you remember, the Google glasses.
Yes, yeah.
Where you'd see a screen in your vision. This is exactly that. So for sporting cyclists, triathletes and the likes, they need to be able to focus on the road all the time.
So rather than
looking down at the handlebars, you've
actually
actually got a screen up here that connects to other Garmin devices and to your smartphone.
I remember driving the BMW M5 back in 2003 when it first came out.
With the head-up on the windscreen.
The head-up display.
Very similar idea. So you don't have to take your attention off the road.
That's right.
And also, because it's because of the optics in it, what it's doing is it's projecting a screen 15 feet ahead of you.
Brilliant.
So you don't even have to change your focus.
How much?
These are, I think they're around about €300.
Okay, middle-aged men in Lycra get excited. It's all coming your way. And brilliant stuff, Colin. Thanks a million for that.
Absolutely. Thanks a million.
If you're intrigued by any of these items featured this morning or missed any details, just log on to tv3.ie/Ireland AM and catch up on the TV3 player as well. Okay, the news is next with Geraldine.